Well, good evening, my YouTube family. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing fine on this Sunday evening. It is here in the Netherlands, of course. Might be a completely different time at your place, but nonetheless, you are very welcome. Hello, Jamming Mike. Hello, Cavbot. Hello, Roadhog. Good to see you all here already. I'll unpause for a bit, just for the idea that it's actually a busy zoo and that we have a lot of guests here. Here we are with the habitat that we created last time, and as you can see, we have the meerkats running around. I think they're doing nicely. We have the bison on this side. I think it's a nice complementary idea that this has some grass and some water. There we have the meerkats, and of course we have the hogs in here, the warthogs. Ah, look at these two cuties. They're so cool. Ah. And, well, we have some plans for today, but of course you all in chat have a lot to say about that, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, that's what we did last time. And there's still plenty of more work to be done. I mean, we did some decorations here, but I think our pathing and stuff still needs a ton of work. And all these areas where people can watch the actual animals but can't get close, I think we need to decorate that up too at some point, so... Lots and lots of stuff to happen, but I'm going to pause again because that just makes the game a little bit easier to handle. And as you can see in the title, one of the plans for today is to try and create a penguin heaven somewhere. Don't know yet how we're going to do that, but we're going to give it a try. It was requested last time, so that's something. And maybe you have brilliant ideas of things that I should be doing this episode, so then feel free, of course, to let me know, as I'm just going to get a little bit of a start by just doing this and starting laying this out so I can give you all time to respond to what I've all been saying. Hey Cooper, nice to have you on. How are you today? Hope all is going well. Let's see, we need another piece, but I need to rotate it perfectly. There we go. Needs to go like this, but then just attach there. Now these guests are kind of in the way, but that's the thing with guests. They're always in the way. That's okay, though. Here we are. Okay, so that's good. And now we'll see how that goes. Hello, Volodymyr. Nice to have you on. How are you doing today? Hope you didn't have another very busy shift. Oh, this is the long pieces. We need to get a few short ones to get around these corners now. That will probably be a better solution than picking the long pieces. But, oh well, we'll see. We'll see. Making petting zoo with alligators. Why does everybody want to make a really highly unethical, child-unfriendly, killing people zoo? I don't know why that is. Why is that? Why does everybody want that? I don't know. But yeah, right now that ain't happening. What is happening is that I'm going to smoothen out some areas here. Because I think might be time to at least designate an area for our little penguin habitat. Though we still have to decide which penguins, but I believe it was the African penguin that was suggested. It's also one that swims, I believe, so that's something that we're going to have to make happen. And to make that happen, I had some ideas, but I have to be honest, this is the first time I'm going to actually try and do the idea that I have in my brain, so it might work out, it might be a total wreckage, I don't know yet, so we'll see. Let's first lay out a little bit of a path here that actually nicely interacts around this pole. See, now I can make it this way so that it interacts around the pole. So the people come in here, at least that gives us a little bit of a clue. And then we'll see. Yes, it was an interesting race with Cavbot, another Ferrari. Norris being brilliant enough going on even when Max was backseat. Ah, okay, no clue, but nice. You need an area with rabbits and mini goats for the little ones who come to the zoo. Yeah, we need to make a real petting zoo. That's something that we're also going to do. But Now we're going to make that a little bit further into the zoo. One of the things I wanted to try right now. I'm glad this week ended. Now I will have 2 shifts, 3 days as usual. Ah, okay, so this was a special week where you had to do extra work and stuff? So what I want to do is create an underwater viewing area here. So we have to raise the water level. That also means that we have to get an elevated piece of land around here where the actual animals will have to move on and stuff. And that's where they go in and out of the water. So one of the things we need to do is find the African penguin so that I know what they want and how big a size place they want. Now, of course, we're going to need quite a few penguins, but as you can see, even if we have 6, or even if we have like 6, we only need 200 square meters of land and some water. So it doesn't need to be too big. So what I will be trying is creating not a lowered area, but a raised area of land where... Oh, this is pretty big though. Where the penguins will start to basically live on. This is where they will be living on. And then the water will be in front of them and then we'll top that off with glass. At least that's the... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. It needs to still be on ground level, of course. That was a little weird. Luckily, it doesn't have to be too big, so that's the good news. Alright, 1, 2. Might be a little bit high. It's 4 meters high. Oh, that's not too high. So, should be okay. Now, they do need quite a bit of a land mass, and I want to keep the land mass quite raised, because otherwise we can't see the animals on the raised area of land. So, if we create a bit of a slab of land like this, but I think the area is a bit too close to... maybe not. Why don't I see it anymore? Oh, there it is. Maybe not raise it that much. That might be better. I mean, why make it so high if we don't have to do that? Basically, the idea is with this, if we put a glass barrier around it that links to this wall, basically on both sides, we can capture the water in there. And that should keep things nice. But the trick is going to be to give them enough of a landmass, of course, to be happy. And that they are still viewable from where people stand. So we might also have to build a high-rise pathing thing. So that we can get them in. But first, let's just try if this is actually working. So let's get to the barriers. Let's get me a glass barrier. This is only 2 meters high, though, so I want a higher fence. Might snap, no. We can raise the fence later on. Let's just start in front here. Hey, Donnie, good to see you. How are you doing? I think they can start... We start right here. It'll be nice for everyone, because then they come in. And they immediately see nice animals. But I do want some curved glass. I think that looks better. Maybe we can go a little bit straight with that one. Okay, now the trouble will be to get in here, probably. Okay, let's just hold. Can I now lower this? No. Does this actually work? That's the big question, but we'll see. Should be no opening there, so that should be okay. Let's make this a little bit longer. My dinner was nice, thanks. It was good. I had the dinner, and then I worked a bit in little one's room because I had to still do some jobs there. And then after that, I just forgot about the time, and all of a sudden I saw it was close to streaming time. We're going to make an area here where the guests can actually really stand a bit in the water, basically. That's the idea. Okay. Is this close enough? No, that's still open. So that is a problem. See how we can cover that up. Let's see if we can fill this with water or not. Might be just a big failure, and there will be absolutely no water in here, but well, this is valid. So there is some water in here now. I just can't make it high enough. Maybe I have to raise the fence for that first. I don't know. But yeah, there is water in there, and it's staying there. Apparently, if I unpause, you don't see it flowing away. So that kind of worked. So we'll have to see how that goes. But let's work on the barrier a little bit, because I'm not too happy with that piece. Let's do another shorter piece. That might be better. Just like we did on the other side. That kind of looked a little bit better. And now, what we can probably just do is raise the barrier here. And make it the same height as the other ones, and then it probably won't look weird anymore. So if we make this 3 meters high... No, I didn't want to move it. It's not 3 meters high. Oh, that's better. And now the question, can we now fill it up? Well, we can fill it up quite nicely. Still going Donny, always a bonus, lol. LFC still playing hardball with Newcastle, I see. Oh wow. What is so unethic in petting zoo with gators? Animals get free food, guess thrill of real danger, and children are more inclined to follow the rules if they are written on paper. Maybe. Got 45 out of the 50 revives trying for that Hell Let Loose achievement. Then we won the game. So close. Oh, that's really close. Well done. Well, I guess it's good that I left then, because all of a sudden things started to pick up and you got a lot of revives. So that went well. Very nice, very nice. Apparently football teams spend a lot of money. Well, we all know that. Okay, so we have a starting area here where we have a big watery area. And we have a landmass that the animals can be on. Now, in order to still work on this landmass, we have to remove the water. And we have to still work on the landmass a bit, because right now they can't get in or out. So we have to create an area where we will just be making sure that the animals actually can get in and out. So we have to do some pushing here. And we could, of course, also just build a ramp somehow from materials. But usually it's easier to... just push this down a bit. And then we might just smoothen it a bit. So we take the rough edges off a little bit. And now, if we bring the water back in, the animals should have a phase where they can just go in. But I always like to make sure of that. So I'd like to just raise this like there's some kind of sort of steps in here. So I think that makes it look a bit more natural as well. And then the penguins should be able to just walk in the water here. So hopefully this will work. There we go. What animal is it for? We're making an animal for a habitat for the African penguin. So it has plenty of space to swim. The guests can just walk around here and have a really good view of the penguin. So I hope that's cool. Just have to make sure that the landmass is big enough. And one of the more thrilling things is that we have to get an entrance and stuff, of course, for the zookeepers and stuff. So that'll be the next thing to worry about. One of the things that we can't do about that, of course, is to start raising the land here a little bit. So that we can create an area where our zookeepers can just get on. And it won't be just a cut off here. Although I'm thinking at the moment... should probably do something more like this, because we have to enlarge this area a little bit. It should be quite bigger, because I don't think it's big enough at the moment. Oops, that's a bit too high, but we can flatten that later, so that's not really an issue. There we go, and now if we flatten it to the foundation, this should all be pretty much the same height. Yeah, there we go. And we can even just work on the edges like this a bit, so that'll be nice. The only thing is that, as you can see under here, you get some weird areas, so we have to still raise that, otherwise you get holes underneath this, and that can make things a lot more complicated. That is not what we want. I think this is also a suitable land mass area. So we have to think of what we're going to do with this. I think we have to wall this off. Also give them a little building on here, probably. So I'm going to make this slightly more somewhat squared, so that we have room for an actual building on it, and also get some room for maybe a little ramp where the keepers can come in or something. Of course, we can wall this off with a null barrier, then at least we know how big it is and stuff, but we'll have to see how that actually works. So let's just make a little bit of a bump here where we can create the entrance. Habit barrier. Null barrier, where is it? That's the null barrier. There we go. So we can continue from our, or we should be able to continue from our glass point here. And then turn that into a null barrier. No. That should stay down. We'll just raise the null barrier soon. I so hope this is gonna work, otherwise this will be a big waste of effort, something that I mean, I never done this before, so... Okay, so that's where the barrier is. Now can I put in a habitat gate here? Alright, it will instantly create something of a ramp. So I think we still have to work on the terrain a little bit in order to Make sure that that doesn't happen and we get a few extra options, actually. Alright, so this might be because of the gate, or of the thing that we built here, the barrier. Yeah, this helps. Okay. So now it's just a normal path, and we should now be able to build a ramp down where the keepers can actually come in. And we should now be able to see how big this is. So this has a land area of 744 and a water area of... So this should be way enough to make this look anything fun soon. So we'll now have to see how this goes. It'll be interesting. I mean, something new. And I think if I was a penguin, if I'd get this much space, I'd be happy, I guess. So, you know. That's kind of what we want to create. Something that actually the animals will be happy with. So. Yeah, it's too uneven for placement, so that's a problem. Have to, oh no, I have to smoothen it a bit, I guess. Don't know if that works, or that we have to just make it a little bit less steep, I think. Yeah. Still nice though, even if we have to like build a pretty big ramp here. That's still fun. There is an option to flatten the terrain a bit, but oh, that'll just make it flat and not really. There's no way I can put on a oops path yet. So these are the tricky parts. Use the stair too. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the stairs in this game, so I was kind of trying to avoid that. So I'll just give it a bit of a go, because I think this might do the trick for a bit. Let's go back a little bit because I did it a bit too much. There we go. No. One step further. So I'm trying to avoid having to use the stairs. See? There we go. That's already one piece. That's another piece. Yay! That worked. Alright. It's not perfect, but we can cover that up a bit. As well as the outside here. We can all cover this up. So that is... actually, that's something that we should work on right now. So we can kind of make this look a little bit like a building by just covering it up with some walls and stuff. Lead the water around and make a bridge. Lead the water around. So you kind of want this piece of land to work like an island? Is that what you want? It's the African penguin, so we should probably go with something African here. Yeah, okay, well that might be something for another one, Cooper. Not going to do that right now. Kind of want this to... Yeah, well, I don't like the wooden structure of this, but at least we have some options to make an area around here. That could be interesting. North African plaster blocks. Do we also have a plaster wall? Let's see. Plaster. Yes, we have plaster walls. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so we should be able to make this a wall, and then you don't see that ugly slab of land anymore, which I think is pretty good. I think that'll definitely help. To look from above a bit to see if the lining works a little bit. And we're going to get rid of the things that you see out there. That should all be fine. Don't worry about it. I just want to make sure that this will hopefully look a bit nice as a way to cover up what we're doing out here. That's where they actually enter. Of course, we can cover this all up with greenery and flowers and trees and stuff. It will for sure keep the animals in. That should be no problem anymore. Can we actually raise the land down here now then, so that it fills the... Yeah, should be. Okay. Let's flatten to the surface. Does that work? Yes. Oh, then it comes all the way up, down there, out there too. That's not supposed to happen. It's not really how I want it to look. Can't go back further. Okay. I push this away. Kind of. Okay, good. Well, I guess none of the animals will know this happened here. Oh, that's because of the barrier, I think. So we might have to remove the null barrier first, get this up, and then... Ah. Now we might even be able to use the outer wall as the barrier. Now maybe you have a lot of experience with this and a lot of ideas about this. Please always feel free to send over some tips. And of course I know a lot of you have just certain things that they would like to see me do. Oh, this actually seems to work now properly. See, we're now filling it up, which is way better than not having it filled up, because that looked a bit weird. So, see, this is nice. It doesn't come out, really come out, not a lot at least. Oh, this is good. Let's continue the construction a little bit with the plaster. Now, I'm going to put in this. Yes, I want to add it to the group. This is actually not what is supposed to be there, but for now, this will give me an idea where, for instance, the entrance should kind of be. This could actually function as the entrance, and where we can continue on with the walls. And I might also have to lower the whole habitat at some point. We'll see about that. For now, if we can make this work, it would be quite good. Okay, so I just want to select this whole group. There we go. Okay. Now the big question. Can I now press X and lower it a bit? No, I can't lower it anymore. That's unfortunate. Can still move it though, but I don't think I can raise or lower it. The grid size is too big. We have to make it attached to all the glassworks. And if we do it like this, it is attached now basically. So that's good. And here too. You can still see some on the inside, but we can probably... Yeah, that's fine. I don't have to worry about that. This is all nice. I just wanted to lower it a bit so we can use this as the entrance. But what we can also probably just do is raise this a little bit. And use that as the entrance area then. No clue if this is gonna work, so... I think it kind of did. Let's go to the barrier. I'll probably have to do this first, put in a bit of the gate network, and then we can also put a door in here. But before we do that, we have to raise the land. Otherwise, we won't be able to do that anymore. We can't do it here because of that barrier. It does fit now though, so that's the good news. I can now even put the door in here. And then from here on out we can continue with the barrier. Why do all these walls seem to be 5 meters? I thought they were all always 4 meters. Well, we can always move them. See, now they're too long. Too uneven for placement. Okay. Let's just get the water out for a second. Get this piece out for a second. Yeah. So now it just enters the wall. I hope it still works with the water, so that's what we're going to find out now. Yep, it does. Maybe we can now edit the barrier even further. The last piece was here, and then hit the, Yep, that worked, so now it's on there. Let's just continue like this, and of course thank you all so much for being here. That is much appreciated, spending your precious Sunday time, or even Monday if you're already in Australia and New Zealand, but spending your precious time here, that is much appreciated. Alright, we should now have an enclosed area. Yes, okay, so that works. We have the water. We have the area where they can get in the water. We have a building around. And we can probably do a little bit of a roofed area here. That will count as their shelter as well. This is definitely not a game to get anyone with OCPD. Well, you know, I do struggle with this a bit too, because of course everything needs to be perfect and I don't like these little things, but yeah. It is what it is. Let me just drink my coffee quickly. Ah, yeah, before it got completely cold. Alright, so we have the barriers and stuff in, so that did work, but this is still open, of course. Now, they should not be able to jump out of this in the water, so that should not be an issue. But we do have to get something in here to actually make this workable. Now, the easiest thing, of course, is to replace that one for this one. So yeah, let's get this one out, put this one in. Because that makes it mostly working. Exit. Now I want to edit the barrier. And slightly move this one so that it's in the middle here. There we go. And then I think we still need to close this little gap, so that is something that we have to do, but we'll see. Hey, Ali, good to see you. How are you doing? Is it possible to invite someone in your own zoo? It says here that there is visiting players, but I don't know how that works. If people actually come in and visit my zoo and just walk around, or how that goes. So, I would not be able to answer that question. That's too big. So I'm sorry about that. I don't know the answer to that. That would be nice, though, if you can invite other people and they can just come in and watch and enjoy your zoo. That would be very much fun. But I don't think that is the case, so... let's see. So... I should probably hit the X now. Just squeeze this in, that you don't see it anymore, and also doesn't come out, because now it comes out a little bit. Oh, it's not completely in the right alignment. That's it. Yeah, this is better. Okay, don't see it here, don't see it there, but now it actually fits with the door, so that's better. I mean, we do see the shadow of it, but that should not happen anymore once we get out of this and we unselect it. See, now we don't see it anymore. We just put in an extra piece. But nice to have you. How are you doing? You're good. That's nice to hear. But yeah, I don't know if you can invite somebody into your zoo. I'm a big zoo. I want to show you. I believe you can put your zoo up on the... You can upload your zoo to Steam and then people can download it. And if you send me where to download it, I can show you... I can watch your zoo. I could even do a little tour and make a video about that for YouTube. That could be fun. I have Big Zoo. I've spent a lot of time in this game. It's a really fun game. I love it. It's a great game. Are you on the Discord, Ali? Because then you can just DM me about this and we can find a way that I can see your zoo and even make a video about it and put it on YouTube so that everybody can see your zoo. Hey, Bluey Lane, nice to see you. How are you doing today? Hope all is well. And I see Mowgli. Hey, Mowgli. Oh, sorry, I'm so distracted by trying to build this penguin habitat that I miss everybody coming in. So sorry, people. I do try and pay attention. I'm just not so good at it. Okay, so now that we are busy with this, let's just continue the construction. And get a little bit of a roof going on a little part so that we create a little indoor area for the penguins. Doesn't have to be big, I think. Doesn't have to be too big, probably, but this might be hard to pull off like this. Probably try something like this if this works well with this one. Well, you probably won't see the opening up there, so it will probably look okay. Let's rotate this. See if this actually... Yep, that works. So then they have an inside area, but it's not completely fitting yet. So what we have to do is attach a few pieces so that it's actually fitting. Now I wonder... I can't rotate this around, so that's a problem. I have an idea. No, I can't also... Can I lower it? Yes. I can slightly lower it. Now we should just find a small piece. Probably this one. Where is it? Hello. There you are. Nice. And now we can close off the gap here, and now it works. So now we have an indoor area for our little penguins, where they can just have a safe space indoors. That should be good. Are you playing in sandbox or which mode? Yeah, this is sandbox mode, so everything's unlimited. You don't have any worries, any troubles. Everything's unlocked and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about animals getting all wanky and stuff. I just have fun trying to build this. The whole franchise mode is also nice, where you actually play with money and you have to trade with other real players and stuff. That's also fun, but for now I stick to this. And I think this is nice. Alright, so far this is the habitat that we have now for the penguins. You come in, you can see them here swimming as soon as they arrive. They can get in and out, or at least they should be able to get in and out, or I might have to smoothen this still a little bit. And then they have a land area here. So let's just quickly go to the terrain, remove the water, and start pushing up here a little bit. It helps if you do tiny bits, but if you make one mistake now and you hit Ctrl-Z, it will actually undo it. So that can help quite a bit, making sure that you don't do stuff too fast. And see, now it's already a little bit more smoothened out, and I like that. I don't want it to be perfectly smooth, of course. Can be some bumps and stuff. I do like it this way. Okay. Now they have a little bit less of a big step to get into the water. Let me check if... Let me know about my zoo. Yeah, that will be fun, Ali. We can talk about that in the Discord after the stream or tomorrow or something. Hey, great, getting my stuff together for a stream. Nice! I'm doing fine. I'm fine. I started putting back some of Little One's stuff in a room today. All the painting is done, and I had to do all the... I didn't have to do it, but I did all the iron work on the windows and stuff, where you open the windows, and I made a new mosquito net on the window and stuff like that. So that's all perfectly done now. I put the lamp back up on the ceiling. And then tomorrow and the next day I'll just be putting back all their stuff and going through all their stuff, making sure that everything that is not for age anymore and stuff like that is thrown out. Most of it probably be recycled somewhere, but you get the idea. It's just making sure that everything will then be out. Yeah, then that should be a ton of fun. Continuing with that. Does this work out? Not completely. Put it in slightly too close. Sometimes you put it in slightly too close and you can't make the turns that you want to make. This is also not what I want to make, so... I don't know why it would cut that off, so... The pathing system in this game is not always how you would want to see it. But what we can probably do is make this a little bit wider. Come on. Yes, see, this is a better path. And then from here on out, we make it small again, and we go back to spa. Although this might actually be... Why did it get small again? Okay, let's go one step down, I guess. Maybe we should keep this big. I don't know. Yeah. Yay, finally. Hey, we found a solution here. Okay. And now what we can sometimes do is, yeah, I want a little add-on like this. But then in the corner here, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Right now it doesn't. Okay, well, we'll leave it as it is. We'll just put up some plants and stuff. So satisfying when everything goes to plan. Well, it didn't all go to plan, but at least I'm getting there, and stuff is getting in the room and stuff. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy. I hope she's happy with it. That's the main thing, of course. I mean, I can be happy with her room, but she has to be happy with her room. Okay, there we go. Not forgiven. You're trying to say the game is more important than us? I'm disappointed. Well, first of all, yeah, you should be disappointed. And yeah, I'm not saying the game is more important than you. It's just taking more of my attention at the moment. But, I mean, you can do your best probably to just get my attention. And that might work. I don't know. Okay, so we have to work... Oh, yeah, there's still a chance that this works. Okay, it works. Good. Let's continue with the pathing out here. I think what we could probably do is continue a little bit onward like this with the pathing. Yes. And then from here on out, the pathing will go to the side. And we're not sure where this is going to head to, but for now that's where it goes. And then we'll just continue this pathing out here for just the keepers. And then we can probably either do a little keeper area here or make some other habitat here and just close this off. So at least now we could be getting in some penguins and see what they actually love and like and how we can decorate this place up. So should we get some penguins, people, while I take a sip from my drink and read some chat messages? Is it time to get a penguin in? Zombie Army 4 with what you got? Well, in terms of zombies, I don't got anything, so I don't know. Nice. So what's that about? And when are you streaming them? So then we can all watch after my stream, maybe. Let's see. That's what I asked myself too. Why does it get small again? Well, you know, your age, you should probably get used to that. Shrinking, shrinking, shrinking. Probably what you're gonna do yourself too. Yes, we should get some penguins already. Okay, let's see if we can get them. 2 ladies and 2 boys. I didn't check though how they live together, so let's check that. 6 to 500 is the group size. Male size 6 to 500, female size 6 to 500. Well, I'm not gonna get 500, but yeah, let's get a few penguins then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's send them in and see how that goes. So we have to unpause, otherwise, of course, they won't be coming in. So I've unpaused. Now everyone is drawn to this area of the zoo. This will draw some attention to this area as well. So that'll be nice. And of course, still lots of work to do on this little habitat. So let's see how that goes. Not yet sure what to do with the roof, but I think we can put some roofing over this as well, but we'll see. I'll post in your Discord. Ah, yeah, you do that. Well, I'm just 50 minutes into the stream, so I have at least an hour and 10 minutes to go, probably more. But yeah, we'll see. I'm now just hoping to find out if my penguins will actually swim or not. Does look like. Oh, well, you know what? Pause for a second. If I do this, you can see it's still green underneath here, and that is something that I don't like. I don't think the bottom of a water place should be green. I mean, that doesn't sound right. Should be like sand from the beach or something like that. So let's work on that a little bit. I mean, some things are in the detailing. We should not get any of that other stuff, but could well be if I turn it into water that the sand will be removed. Nope, still sand. Nice. I like that better. It's a hormone thing. Yeah, you're probably further along that route, Cooper, so you might give him some advice. Let's get rid of the sand here on the outside a bit, though. I like it on the inside, but not so much on the outside. Yeah, water planet. We're going to put a lot of decorations and stuff in. I just wanted to see if the penguins actually have a little bit of what they want right now. And that we can see them swim. And then we'll put in water plants and rocks and all kinds of stuff. We still have to do the full decoration. Look at this cutie. There he is. Hello. See, he's already pretty happy with his habitat. They do need soil, so that's a good thing to know. But now the big question, will he go swim? And can we then see him from the side? Maybe we should make a little thing that they can jump in. Yeah, there he goes. Hello. So now, if you stand here, you should actually be able to see them. There he comes. Look at that. We have a underwater viewing gallery with penguins. How cool is that? It's a bit empty though, so let's work on that. But well, that one is just running around like crazy. He's wearing a tux. Fancy. Yeah, they all dress up for coming into my habitat here. Well, they need soil, so let's start working on that first. I guess we can do a lot of soil next to the rocks and stuff. What do you mean? I'm 27, at least the last birthday I remember. Yeah, that's true, but Rodok thinks he's 21, so you're still older, so I think you can still give him some advice. Wow, they really don't like short grass, and they want... Oh, they want some rocky areas too. Alright, we'll put in some rocks as well, I guess. That might actually be good. Let's get some rocks in this corner here, I think. Let's do a bit more soil. Okay, so the terrain is now 100%, so that's nice. There's 2 in the water out of the 3, so they enjoy that. That's nice. Let's pause for a bit now, so we actually have to have the time to do some stuff. Oh, that's a bit weird. Box in the air. There we go. Right, dinner's almost ready. Have a great stream. Thanks, Donnie. You enjoy your dinner. Cat will be proud of me. I'm having jacket spots. Oh, nice, Donnie. Well, you enjoy those. You enjoy those. Alright, let's go and click the animal. Then go to plants and go to Africa and these biomes, because that should help us get some nice rocks and stuff. Now there should be... I don't know where, if it's actually in here maybe. There should be some nice smaller rock formations, but I don't remember where they are. Or are they maybe under some other area in here? There should be some nice rocks somewhere. So it's a little bit of a... It's a little patch of rocks. Are they in habitat then? No. They're like small pebbles. I don't know where they are. I want to use those. Those usually look very good. Yep, they're definitely not in here. Maybe I have to get them from the workshop then. I thought they would be in here. Okay. Well, let's see if we have some water plants. That can be cool. Ah, they should be on the edge, I guess. Sleeping willow. Underwater hydrelia plant. See, that's where we need to go. Plant and stain, this is called. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, let's get underwater, because we have to get under the water to actually start planting this stuff. Wow, that's a huge patch. Might be a bit too big to actually plant already. Okay, so here's the habitat. Here we can actually look at the guests from inside, which is interesting too. And we'll see. With cheese, lucky you, lucky you. Well, you have a great dinner. Enjoy it. I think we should make like 1 or 2 patches of this. This could be a slightly bigger one than the other one. So now also when you look at it from above, you just see a few patches of these flowers. Okay, that's a start. That's a start. I don't know where those rocks are. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff in here if you turn on those modifiers. Maybe they're in here. Oh, yeah, see, this was what I was looking for. This is what I was looking for. Now we can make some nice rocks under the water here. And even have the plants like grow in them and stuff. But we have to... We found it, people, but finding something sometimes comes with a big issue. Because we have to destroy this then. And now, when we put these in... Where are they now? Oh, they're on the surface. Now, when we put these in, we can then put in the plants around it. That's probably better. And of course, if you have more ideas or suggestions for me decorating up this place, please keep it coming. Let me know. Okay. So some big rocks with some smaller rocks around it. That's a start. Yeah, that's a bit too big, I think, to place underneath there. Do we have something else that looks like that? Highly doubt it. Ooh, what's that? Some sort of a volcanic rock. Ooh. Kind of still looks a bit like actual lava, though. That might be a bit weird. See, this is flowing lava, so... Having some cooled stuff is interesting, so that could be something. This is the small faux rock. Oh, these are some nice rocks that we can use ourselves. Ah, some very nice small rocks. Ooh. So we can even build on this then if we want to. We can add some stuff to it. Okay, good, 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 good. So it's nice if you use the filters, you can quickly find what the animals would actually enjoy. But of course, if you just search stuff yourself, you might find some interesting finds. Okay, let's just get rid of all the plants that we put in so far. Because we're first going to make a few of these rock faces. And then after that, first I have to zoom out to actually lower this, and then I can put it in. Okay, we have that big pile. Let's do another pile out here somewhere. And now we can put some plants in it. Okay, this is called faux. If we go for that, we can get these big rocks quickly. Basically, you can use these to make every area look unique. Because you just built the, like I did, you built the face first, this one. And now, just by adding some of these small rocks, you make this look unique and different. I really like that. I really like that. Okay, well, that's a start. Yesterday we had an asterisk party with a whole grilled pig for the house. Even Trubalix was there without being tied to a tree, but it was close when he started singing dance music instead of rock. I like where this is going, Al. That's good to hear, Roadhog. That's good to hear. Of course, we can give these creatures also a little bit of a smaller rock face with some rockiness around it. Probably missed it, Bluey, but how late are you going to start your stream? So that everybody that is into zombies can watch you play that game. This is a bit of a tougher one. Oh, wow. That's huge. I thought it was way smaller. Okay. A rock tree? I don't know about that. Oh, something of a aquatic stairs. Interesting. We can give our animals some stairs, but yeah, that's not gonna work. Can give them a jumping point though, like this, so they can stand on this and jump in maybe, I don't know. We could try. It'd be interesting to see if they actually use it. Let me find the right rock to put underneath here, yes. X, there we go. I mean, it needs some support. And now this rock seems to be giving it some support, so that's good. Lurk mode engage. Okay, Bluey, thanks so much for being here. Let's unpause for a second. Okay, so we got some rocks in. Now we have to decorate up those rocks. Let's do subaquatic, I guess. Where are my plants? There. Okay. Let's get these up. Oh, this is gonna be tough. But I think this can look real cool. Because it will look like these plants actually grow between the rocks. Which I think is pretty cool. have a very big one? No, these appear to be quite small. Actually, these are the biggest ones. Okay, well, this is a start. And then, of course, we have the this plant. So if we lower this quite a bit, yeah, that's not going to work out. Probably just have to rotate this around here a bit, and then some pieces will be in the rock, but that's okay. If we do it like this, it actually kind of looks like it's growing in this area. Coming out of the rocks, same like this. Alright, well, this should give us the feel of some nature. Yes. We need a little bit more down here, so that this grows all around this big giant rock. No, like this. Okay. So there we go. Now we need some stuff here too. Ooh, underwater grass. Okay. That's a big piece, but I think we need this too. We have that area covered, so what if we plant some of this grass out here now? You need a lot though in order to make it look like this is actually a grassy area. And then if we put the thinner ones around it, it'll look a bit like it's really growing out of the way. So this is the main patch, and then there are some smaller patches around it. Now we get the really small ones. And then, of course, we'll have to take a look, see if this actually looks nice or not. Could be that it's just not cool, but we'll see about that. Okay, so we have a piece of grass. Could probably add something in there, maybe. But yeah, this looks like some wild grass. We have the rocky face, and then we have to do these two rocky faces. But I think this is nice and good. Also have to pause now, because otherwise the animals will probably starve and not get water and stuff. Lurking, getting my hands dirty, making bread. Nice, Mowgli. Well, have a lot of fun with that. And thanks for lurking and thanks for being here. It is always much appreciated to have you on, so thanks a lot. And you have a great time baking bread. Oh, look at this plant. When is it actually hitting the ground? Come on. Oh, wow, it looked like a huge plant. It's very small. I thought it was a huge one. It's part of this family of plants, though. So we could just put one or two in here as well. Maybe. Yep. Okay. Wish it was as fun as you make it to be. I don't know how much fun you think it is. I like that. Baking bread and... I mean, it's fun making stuff. At least I think so. I mean, sometimes it can be a little bit meh. I mean, I'm the one doing 95% of the cooking in the house here. And I don't mind. It's nice. If we do it like this, we hardly see them. These are all cool and interesting, but it's a bit of work getting the placements right. Okay. Yep, when you cook for others, it's way more fun. Ah, that's true, that's true. I mean, now that I am home alone, I have to cook for myself, and it is indeed a lot less fun than when you cook for the whole family, but I still enjoy it. Made some cauliflower for myself today, and it was nice. Okay. And you cook for yourself, nah, it's edible. Good enough. True. True. I do try to challenge myself sometimes when I only cook for myself. But usually I'm just, I'm with me and a little one, so that makes it a lot easier to make a nice meal then. Okay. Also want to decorate this little one up. But not too much, I think. Hey, where did it go? All the way up. That wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, that'll be too much. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff in the water now. I think that should be good. So we can leave the water for a little bit. Let's quickly go to the habitat, go to the species, and then pick the African penguin. So that we can see what else they enjoy and what they need to sleep and stuff. Okay, so they need some bedding apparently. So let's get into their little place here. Give them some bedding. I don't think they need very large bedding, but we'll just go with some medium bedding, I guess. Although I would say they would just sleep outside anyways. Okay. Maybe put in a little water bowl there so that they can drink at a peaceful place. I think they have plenty of water around elsewhere, so that should not be too much of a thing. Bedding platform. No, we don't need a bedding platform. A food tray. Oh, that's something that they'll need. So let's give them some food. A bubble machine. Ooh, can that go underwater? Will that make bubbles for them? Because that could be something to put in the grass here, actually. Yeah, that generates bubbles. Cool. Can't they be too close to each other, or what's happening with the bubble machine? I placed one. Now now I can do another one. It's, yeah, you can't do it too close to the other one. Okay. Well, I can hide a bubble machine in here. There it goes. So now we also get some bubbles in the water. Nice. I like it. I like it. I do like the extra added stuff in the water. Now we can also get an underwater fish feeder. That will feed them fish. And that should actually be, I think, live fish. I just don't know if we can hide the box or that it will just be... So let me just try that. What if I lower the box and I place it? Will that then change the terrain? No. Fish feeder, flat fish feeder box. I think this should also... I'm going to move this, of course, but... Feeder not deep enough. How can the feeder be not deep enough? The water not deep enough, maybe, to give them this. Oh, I don't know. I think I like the other one better. It has a little bit... There's nothing in there. Keeper assigned. Get a keeper here urgently. Fill it up. I don't know if it's going to work, but true pet, I miss my little ones. Are they out? I mean, my wife and little one are on holiday, so... Okay, so if I... Item is not accessible to any animal. Consider moving it away from obstacles and into traversable terrain. I guess the animal has to come in and then hit it or something? Don't know. I don't like this though, so let's get rid of it. Doesn't look that good. It'd be nice to have it, but it doesn't look that good. A slow feeder, that might be something for the penguins. There we go. So how happy are they at the moment? They have all the enrichments, nutrition. Yeah, they could get a little bit better food, but we can just give them that from the door. Grade 3 food. Okay, so they should be happy now. I think the water area is pretty much done at the moment. So if you stand here now, you can see a lot of stuff happening on the water. We can actually see the penguins there. There's stuff underwater, but I don't think it's too much yet. But you can all give your opinions on that. I'm all open to it. And now we should work on the upper area here. They do like rocks, so we could make a little bit of a rocky area here. Probably we'll have to move these out of the way a little bit so that we have space for something of a rocky area. Let's get a keeper in. Let us hope no one farts an air input of bubble machines. Yeah, well, you know. We all have the things we think about and dream about. Should we make a cave? With this as the entrance. At least it's not a real cave, but it could be... Could make a rocky area here, and this can function as a little cave idea. Let's put on the... Okay, now I know this looks very boring, so this is not how we are going to actually make it look, of course, but this gives the easy idea of a cave, I guess. Although this rock is very big. Oh, that's very small. I think this is better. This actually also looks like a rock. Okay, okay, this is not too bad. Yes. Now, let's move this one over a bit. Now we have to close it off here. With a not too big rock. But also, oh, not a too small one. Oh dear, this is gonna be tough. How big are you? Yeah. Okay, how big are you? Okay, oh, well, maybe we can... Okay. Would be nice to get some more sizes of these rocks. I guess this is a start. Yeah, that looks way too big. This one could probably go quite a way. We rotate it slightly so that it actually fits on this rock a bit. Then move it up. Oh, this could actually work. Now, of course, we need to work this away. So we're going to put some extra stuff in here. So that you don't see how it looks. It won't look as bad as it does now. So we can start with this as a base. No, you're too big. Somehow I want some sizes and stuff with this, because otherwise I don't know what I'm doing. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just close to. But this is now basically just to close off this little area, so. Oopsie. Well, nobody will see that. And we're getting on top now, so that's the good thing. It does look like a rocky surface here now, so. Something like a natural stairs. So. Don't think it's that bad. Let me just type that foe again, so we get the small rocks here now. Totally forgot about them. Okay, not bad, I think. What do they sleep on? Well, they can sleep basically on the ground, but I have also given them these sleeping places here, so they can actually sleep indoors if they want to. We still have to work on that area, but now a little bit busy with this little part. Seeing if we can actually make this work a little bit. Have to kind of get going to close this off. And make this actually like a cave, so that it's sealed. Don't have to put anything in here, of course. It's just going to be the idea of a cave. It's not a real cave. Okay. Yes, we can slam that in. asleep sitting at the bar. Oh dear. Common warthog is about to inbreed. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Why are you doing that? So, you can't get babies anymore. That should fix it. Should probably do that to most of the animals. Otherwise, we get a lot of interesting stuff with our animals. Animals. Then we sort by ladies. In this case, I could also do the males. I don't really care, but for now we'll do the ladies. Let's make sure that we don't get any more babies after this. You know what? We'll do the males too, just to be sure. Snappity snap, snap. And the males won't do any action anymore, so we don't get too many youngsters and inbreeding and all that kind of stuff. That's better. I must say, though, from a distance, I mean, this looks like a pretty cool area. What's your opinion on the cave so far? It's not a real cave if there's no cave bear in it. Oh, you're trying all you can to kind of make my animals go crazy, and that you just find ways to make sure that they die or something. I don't know. Oh, with this, we can make this look like a rocky area fairly quickly. That's very nice and helpful. Oh, there's just a ton of rocks on there. There we go. Okay. Not bad, I think. Not bad. What I want to try now is this. Just to give this a little bit more of the feel that it's actually quite a rocky area and not just a weird area. There we go. Okay. Meh, not unhappy about it. Think it needs some plants now, though. Do we also have plants that go with the faux name? No. Probably have to get in some grass or something that we put in front. Probably will be something that the animals won't actually enjoy, but that we will enjoy looking at. No elephant grass, that's way too high. Dog rose bush. Didn't grass. That kind of suits the feel of the bush, I think. We should not overdo it. Just get some grass around it that will give the idea that this is actually not a completely dead rocky area, but okay. I think this isn't too bad. Probably make a little bit of a bigger grassy area out here. Yep, there's some grass growing there. And then probably one or two little bigger trees or something. We do need a few trees to flank this. Trees, there we go. African oil palm. Whoa, you're a bit big, my friend. Now it all of a sudden gives the feel of a tropical beach. So when you're a guest and you're looking at this, this is what you see. I think it looks pretty impressive. Now we have to start working on this side. Trees. Are there more trees? They'll cover up a big area. Whoa. Kinda like a big tree, but... what if I... Oh, we had a, filter on still. That wasn't supposed to be there. Broken trees can be nice, but I'm not sure. Cabbage tree. I think this can make some... nice impressions here at the entrance. I mean, this will hide up some of the structures. Okay. Well, not too bad. Sausage is ready. Bringing out the buns and the HP souls. Nice. You enjoy that, Road Dog. Great time with those nice sausages. Okay, so I think tree-wise we are done. Can I find some hanging stuff if I don't... Yep, there we go. Nice. So I want some stuff hanging down. I think that can be pretty cool. Probably not be perfect. Only 2 pieces then. I think that's a bit sad because you want more options with this. Not like a half a piece and stuff like that, I think. But hey, that's just me, but... You can, of course, make this slightly bigger like that. So there we go. There's some stuff growing there. Barely made the dough. Gotta give me a second. Oh, wow. Well, that's a lot of work then. Yeah. Hanging orchids. Okay. I think now that we started with these plants, we should probably use the same ones over and over again. Instead of using different ones, because otherwise it will be a bit weird, I think. So if I want to get more of this stuff, I have to keep using the same ones. Wow, that's going to be hard to place on that curved area though. Let's finish up here first then. This is going to be a little bit easier. Okay. Oh, he's happy. Why don't we just copy this? And then use the advanced move button, because this should be right where it should be now then. Okay, and then we'll do the same just with this one. Move it over here. So we get something hanging from the entranceway as well. I think that'll be nice. And just slightly forward. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Kind of feels like this needs another piece like this. And also slightly forward. Ooh, that's a bit too much, yeah. Just like that. Okay. So we have some hanging stuff. We just need something on the floor now, I think. Probably not bushes, probably maybe just some grass that will just faintly come above the floor. I don't like the buffalo grass, although this one is a bit too thick, but I mean, this is all like soily kind of stuff. So if we just put this in, we'll kind of make it look like there's actually stuff growing here. And that's what we want to go for. You don't want just plain sandy areas and stuff. And then we should probably put in slight touches of green. Like there's still some stuff alive in there. And maybe even some medium dry. So that you get different tones in there. Okay, there we are. There we are. Yeah. We need a bush. One or two. Just at least a little bush. Yeah, that's a bit big. I don't know why, but this area feels a bit too open. Needs to be something in here that counts as a bush. Whoa, that's big. Maybe we can even cover up this area a bit with a bush. Yeah, kind of like it. Sometimes it's nice if you put some stuff around actual trees. It sometimes just makes the trees come to life a little bit more. There's actual life around the trees. Otherwise there's just nothing and all of a sudden there's a tree. Okay. I'll show you the cinnamon rolls I made today in Discord. Oh, nice. We'll look at that soon. Christmas hot dogs. I don't think Yule and cinnamon go together by default. Oh, wow. Christmas hot dogs. Never had those. Alright, where are the penguins? Are they swimming? Let's see any. Moment. Nope. No penguins swimming at the moment. But now, when you enter the zoo and you come in via this site, you can come in here and you can immediately see the penguins here. And this should be their whole habitat. Are they all in sleeping or something? Where are they? Oh, look at them. They're all here sleeping. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's number 5 and there's number 6. Oh, cool. Are these youngsters? Yeah, it's only 7 months old. Ah, look how cute. I missed the eggs, but nice. So I think the actual habitat's done. We now have to just do the area around it. But please, people, give me your thoughts on this little habitat. How did we do? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you like? What do you hate? Give me some ideas as I get a drink. I'll let the people walk for a bit. Right, I had a nice drink. Now I'm just waiting on all of you. I'll just go over the habitat a little bit. I mean, I like the area underwater. It's pretty nice. Happy that I found those rock formations, the small ones, because those are very good. Like the bubbles, they're cool. And well, we've seen the actual penguin swim, so that's nice. And even though but it did work well in terms of with the cave and the things. I think it's not that bad. I do think though that we have to put something in here. Why? Well, we can still see the empty space behind this. So what I would like to do is if we put this up in here somehow. Let's see if we can without disrupting it too much. Yeah, now if you stand here, you see actual rock in there instead of just a wall. So now it actually really looks like a cave, I think. Sometimes it's in the little details, maybe. 9.3. Nice, well laid out. 9 out of 10. 9.4. Ah, you are all too nice. That is really high scores. Thank you very, very much. That is much appreciated. We almost have 1,000 people in the zoo. That's a lot. That's cool. And even from the side here, you can still look into the water, get a good view. Just need to wake up the penguins. Ah, there they are. Hey, don't fight. Look, he's slapping him. Must be Cooper and Road Dog annoying each other and giving each other friendly slaps or something like that. Alright. Well, and the penguins also get a nice view. I mean, they can watch all the people standing there and going out and about in the zoo, so... And I have to be honest, this is the first time I actually did a enclosure like this. And I'm actually pretty proud of how it worked out. It's not that bad. I think I still have to work a bit on how to decorate the outside now. I'm not 100% sure on how to do that at the moment, but I think this is not bad. 0.3 added for the rock. Ah, thanks. Now it's a 9.7. That's a lot. This one just looks natural. Yeah, I don't know why, but it actually kind of does. Thanks. Yeah. That's actually what we're going for with everything in the zoo, but I think what we have in here is also nice. And one of the things I don't work with a lot is little elevations. Like we have these little elevations and it helps a bit to make it look more natural. But like this one, everything is flat and you have the water patch. That's it. I think that works okay for the flamingos. I mean, they're not so demanding. But for instance, for this habitat, it does look nice. The big wall really shows you that it's a zoo though. And there's no elevation whatsoever. And I think it's missing that. And that's one of the things that I think really adds to this whole habitat. That you get the different areas. You can see under the water. The land comes up. We have this little, I'll just call it a bunker. But, yeah, it's, I like it. I like it. Now, I'm still not 100% sure what to do out here. We could probably go with creating... Like, we have the walkable path. But what we could do, I think, at some point... we go to flooring, we can just put in custom flooring over this so that it looks like people will walk on some custom flooring. Like we can even do a clay tile roof. That's a bit weird, of course. You won't be walking on that, but there should be something out there. We can even use walls for that we just put down, or something like this, where you will actually get the idea that the path is bigger than it actually is. So we have laid out the path. It's perfectly flat, so we can make our own path over it. People won't walk on everything then, which is okay. I don't mind. But we can give it the idea that the path here is much bigger, for instance. So we can even make it go a little bit into the habitat. That's not that bad, but also not preferable, of course. Let's see. We can even give them like an ice block floor here or something. So that might be something. And then we just do tiny plants around the outside, something like that. And then it will give you the impression that they are walking on some nice stones, for instance. Like if we do this, this will just give the impression they are walking on some nice stones. But it is quite a bit of work to actually do this. So planks, that's not so nice. This could be cool though. Metal flat floor. But then we probably have to go like this and then pick up this, because these are smaller pieces. And then we can... I'll show you what I mean with... Oh, we can't rotate these in the proper way. Ah, that's so... Oh, we have to use these ones then. Okay. So let's put on the 45-degree angle. Let's go like this. Now we have to raise it slightly just above the level of the ground so that we get the idea of it being on the ground. And then we can basically go like this and like this a bit. It will most likely then be all straight. But it can help out a bit. So if we do it like this, then like this, and like this, we can make a whole flooring basically out of this. I'm not saying that this should be it, by the way. So this is just to give you a view of what we could do. And then, of course, we can even still move it a little bit if we have to, so that it perfectly fits. That we rotate it a bit. No, I wanted to put the angle snap off. We rotate it a bit. Now we can cover this up with something else. And then basically, if we just copy this, we can put this on the floor. And then it will look like people are actually walking on this kind of stuff. And then we have multiple options how to work with this, and these are very big ones, of course. We can just cover this up with bigger chunks and stuff and work on the outside area. And it will make things look quite different, actually. It's just a lot of work. And of course, the more decorations you put up, the harder it is for your system. But there could be some nice benefits and stuff from doing it. So that might be something to consider that we can do at some point. And we can even go for some things that you can actually change the color of. Like these blocks I can't change the color of. So you just get these plain rocks, which can also even look like a road. Yeah, can't change the colors of that one. But if we go like this, I mean, this could look like some sort of stone road that people walk on. You just have to make sure you just barely get it on top. And then if I go like this and I make sure that it actually fits. It looks like they are now walking on this. So we have some options to change the pathing a bit and then build some curbs around it and fill that up with flowers so that it looks like there's a bigger area that they actually walk on. So we'll see. We'll see. It is something that I need to put some more time and effort in. Alright, well this is then the penguin habitat. Nice. Make sure it is of golden bricks. I don't know if actually gold is a color that is in the game, so wouldn't know if that's possible. Let's see, are those the big ones or the small ones? No, this is the small one. Let's just duplicate it so we can continue out here a little bit. I have to make this one slightly longer before we go around the corner. And now with the angle snap, that should be even easier. And now I'm going to put off the angle snap, of course. Go. I think we've seen already that filling up all the open areas that you leave in your zoo have a big impact on how it looks. I mean, this just makes the area looks completely different than when you have this as an open area. So it really benefits your zoo if you put time and effort into it. But that's exactly what this is. Time and effort. So going to have to do this to make a nice suit. Although we could probably use the lengthy blocks out there. No. Didn't want to rotate it that way. I wanted to rotate it this way. Oh, that's not going to work out. It's now not in the right action. But how could you be sure if you're going the right way if you're not Golden Brick Road? Well, you know, I don't even know if there's a Golden Brick Road in the game and if we can use the color thing. But, I mean, what is the right way? Is there even a right way? Or do you just go your way? And is that more important than going the right way? And who decides what the right way is and stuff like that? So, you know, that raises all sorts of deep questions, Vladimir. So, I don't know. I mean, 2 more shifts and then you have 2 days off, I believe. So maybe you have some time then to think about all these deep questions. But, you know, not easy. It's not easy. Even building a path in Planet Zoo can really get you thinking. This is exactly how I like to play. Lots of fiddling around, challenges, and above all, no stress. Yeah, that's key. That's key for a lot of games. Just don't stress out. Have fun. It's, one of the things I try to remind a lot of people of. I've been getting quite some questions about Ostriv lately, for instance. How can I do this most efficient? How can I do that most efficient? And I'm trying to stress out to people that, of course, it's nice if you can build a really efficient town and have a lot of fun with that and stuff, but most important thing for me, especially in a game of Ostriv, have fun building a nice town. And then sometimes things take a while to build. You don't have to build your city in 20 years and get up to 1,000 people. Take some time building your city. Have fun doing it. That's a lot more important than rushing in and making sure that in 2 years you have your first clothing industry up and stuff like that. And I mean, that's even if you play for yourself. Like for me, I sometimes worry about like a stream like right now where I'm just putting planks up as sidewalk curbs. Is this fun enough? Do people still enjoy watching this? Is this good? Will this be good for the channel? And that's all that kind of thing. And that's because there's people watching and stuff. So, and I'm trying to let go of that and just have fun and do what I please. And if you like it, yay. If you don't like it, well, you know, then there's probably another stream you should be watching and not this one. Or maybe you can just watch my other videos where I go faster. But yeah, that's for a lot of games. That's also what a lot of complaints usually are about in if you read Steam comments on games and stuff, that people sometimes complain about the speed of the game. They think it's too fast or too slow or stuff like that. And I'm like, well, you know, just decide your own pace. Why should a game be designed to only flow at your pace? Maybe there's people that enjoy a slower pace or whatever. Just have a ton of fun. That's the main thing you should do. Build an ostrich down to 200 years and see what profit you can make. Yeah, well, I know somebody that did that, and I know somebody else that's going to make a video about it as soon as I get the time. Luckily, in a few days, I think in 2 days, I should be like, I don't know, 95% ready with Little One's room. So I'm going to invest some time then into the channel. Although most likely, for those that don't know yet, Thursday evening, there's what we call in Dutch a spooktocht on the campsite where the little one and wifey are, which is basically, you translate, it'll be a ghost, I don't know, ghost tour. So all around the campsite there are spooky areas where they take the kids and they'll get spooked and stuff. And it will last all evening because first of all there's one for the smaller kids, which is a little bit less spooky, and there's one for the bigger kids, which is really spooky. But since little one hates anything like that and really wants her sleep, wifey's going to take a little one home on Thursday so that she stays one night here, because it'll be a very long night of lots of scary noises and stuff, and we know that little one won't be sleeping any for a couple of days then. So we talked to her about it and gave her a choice, and they're coming home, which I think is good. They should do that. And then on Friday, of course, they go back somewhere in the morning. And by the looks of it now, I will probably be joining them and spend a day there too. And then in the evening, I come home with our car and I'll be home then. So it could be that on Friday I won't be streaming, first of all. But yeah, it could be that I also can't spend that time on the channel then. But we'll see about that. But now it's just cool if they get home. I would love to see them, so it'd be nice. I think we should make a path connection here now, by the way. So that these two paths can align here. Yep. Oh, no. Didn't want to remove that path. All right, there we go. So then they can do a continuous walk. You want visitors watch the animals, not try to steal the path. That's true. That's a good one, Cooper. That's a good one. Well, stress coming up in a few months. Today I decided to buy in at Le Mans Ultimate. That will be my go-to racing game. It's a new one, but I foresee a great future for it. Ah, okay. So is it like out already and you already have it, or is it coming up and at some point you'll be able to get it? How does that work? And I guess it's compatible with your new race sim then? That should be nice. Hey, Cirrus! Good to have you in. How are you doing? How's Spike doing? Hope all is well. Lots of turns to make. Most of them usually go pretty well, and some of them just don't. And then we have to adjust it slightly to actually make it a fit. But there it is. Perfect. Okay, keep rotating. We're getting there, though. I mean, this is a very long stretch, but we're getting there. Bike is doing well now. Noise firm 1 and back to zombies. Okay. To zoomies. I don't really know what that means, but I guess it's good. It's already out, but now at a reduced price till 66 euros. Wow, I thought you had a rule that you would never pay more than like 30 or 40 for a game. You broke your rule. Uh-oh. And now you need another 66 to save up for your new what is it? Your racing sim. So that's gonna take longer now then, or not, or isn't it? Crazy full moon, crazy stuff. Crazy full moon stuff. Wow. Okay, good luck with that. Okay, so let's see if we can find a way that this actually works. Oh, I think this actually works. Slightly rotate this outward. Yep. Go! Alright, well this should be a little less curvy. So this should go slightly faster to fill in. £25. Oh, I don't think 66 euros is £25, isn't it? I think it'll be more like £50 then. I don't know. I know a long time ago that ratio was almost 2 to 1, but I don't think that's the case anymore. So Kev, do you have like a summer break now at the chess club? Or are you still there now being, what, you were a referee now, weren't you? Or is that not starting until the summer's over? And is everything done now where you were helping to construct a pond? Or are you still working on that every now and then? Wow, look at them. They're watching my work. It's the nice thing, if you pause the game and work in front of them, you can think that they're actually watching your work. Okay, well, we are quite far along now. Look at that. This will be very cool if we fill this up, but it's going to be a lot of work. I think 2,000 euros give me a nice mid-range set. Wow. Cheaper than rupees. Probably. Don't know the current exchange rate, but I think you're right. Sorry, little cough there. For a bit of gaming, I must be mad. No, you're not. Gaming is highly underestimated. And more people still do it, so it must be something good. Alright, so I did kind of lower the thing, I guess, and I have to raise it up again. Or there's just a little bit of a bump in the landscape here. Could be. Let me just raise this one a bit. Yes. And erase this one a bit, but not too far. And then go like this so that it fits again. Okay, there we go. Perfect. That works. Well, if you're giving up biking, you gotta get your kicks somehow. Ah, that's true, that's true. No, still there as referee. Pond all done now, but slowing down on some other stuff. You are slowing down on some other stuff. Well, I guess you should. I mean, you really have to take care of yourself, so... Please do so. Are you still working the phones every now and then for the for helping people, or did you also had to stop that? Your health is really important though, so it's sad if you have to stop doing stuff for health reasons, but you better do that. We want you around for a long time. I think you have to slightly lower it back, otherwise it will get too high. We'll figure it out. Look at that, we're almost there. Let's speed it up a little bit. Some of these parts can go relatively fast. And of course, I tried to keep up with chat while building this curve. Okay. So, Cirrus, you want to see the new penguin habitat that we created today? I don't know, I named it Penguin Heaven. I kind of hope everybody thinks it is, but... well, you know, we could leave that up to Cirrus to decide whether we've created a penguin heaven or not. Ah, see? Now this one has to be rotated in such a way that we raise it a bit there and now lower it so that it actually fits up. Yep, there we go. And now we have to do the same with this one a little bit. You know what? I'm going to remove that one. Put in a smaller one. That might fix the height issues that we have at the moment. Let's get this one into position. And... alright, this should do. You can freeze some back beans in ice cubes too. Yes, please. Alright, I'll show you. It's not lucky sometimes not have a woman nag where the money goes. Don't call it dry bread. It sells terrible. Call it croutons. All restaurants get away with it. Very true, very true. Yes, to the phones. Not as much as nights were hard health-wise, but with my new portable equipment should be better to do a few more. Well, you take care, Kev. Don't do too much. Alright, well, here we come. Cirrus, here we have our penguin habitat with a glass wall that we can actually see through. I'll unpause, see if there's some penguins in the water soon. There's one going into the water, and if we take a look from down here, we might see them come and splash in. Yep, no, yep, there's a shadow. Is he coming in? Please get in the water. Well, they're not really keen on getting in the water, it looks like. Oh, he's taking it. Why do you do that at the waterside? Oh, eat too. Oh, ugly beasts. Ew, that's not nice. But here we have the habitat. We have some underwater decorations here that we've made. So This is the underwater area. We even got some bubbles in. We have some guest watching. And then all the way up here, we have the rest of the habitat. It's raised. You get the trees and the plants. We've made an artificial cave thingy. So yeah, this is the new habitat that we created for today. Penguins and all in it. Don't they need an iceberg? Well, they make a lot of noise. This is the African penguin. So yeah, these don't need an iceberg. Luckily. I guess at some point when we get to the Antarctic penguins, they might need some real ice and stuff. But these don't, so that's good. I totally agree with you, but normally we are the ones who are nagging about where the money goes. Women are naturally born with a hole in their hands. Oh dear. Oh, they got some food, so they're now going to eat. See, there's some food in there. I like those little details that there's actually now food in there and stuff, so they're all coming in to eat. Which is nice, I like it. There's none swimming though, so yeah, we did see them swim when we built this place, so. But yeah, that's the new habitat, Cirrus. What if they learn to fly? Are African penguins real? Yes, these are the real penguins. These are the real African penguins. They can't fly. And nobody's coming in to learn, to teach them, so that should be good. And now this is the new habitat with a new cave and all. Kinda like it. Like the cave. Pretty happy with that. Of course, this is the rest of the zoo. We have our buffaloes and warthogs here. Look at them laying around, having fun. That's nice. Here we still have the meerkats. Having fun. I like it. I like the meerkats. They're cool. And our maned wolf should be hiding somewhere in here. So yeah, who knows where. I don't. Where are they? Oh, they're hiding in the grass. Look at this. There's one. There's another one. Oh, that's the grass. Carlos, our maned wolf. Nice. I like it. There's none in the cave, but there we also have a cave. And then here we have our flamingos. Well, that's the whole zoo. Oh, look at these. They also have some cute little ones. They're eating. Well, we got quite a bunch of flamingos now. That's nice. Alright. We were working on this little area. I'm going to do a little bit more work, and then I think it's time for me to call it quits at some point, because I'm getting really tired. Been a very busy week so far with doing all the work on little one's room. And, I mean, I loved to do it. It was a lot of fun, but really tiring as well, so... Wow, that was bad. Let's see. We'll just continue for a bit. I'll put in some of the mulch here so that we at least have that done. Okay, let's see. Can we fit this in here? I think so. Thanks for a nice stream. Oh, I'm not gone yet. Oh, do you have to go, Vladimir? Then, of course, we wish you a very good week. Hope you have a nice few days off. You deserve them. Always a little bit hard to really fill out these areas efficiently, so I usually don't do them that efficiently. No, not yet, but it's nice to say it in advance. Ah, well, that's much appreciated. Thanks. Thanks, Vladimir. It's so nice to have you on here all the time. And that goes for a lot of you people. It is so... Still, every time, it's just very special to me how a lot of you spend all of the precious time out here with me. Having fun in the chat, hopefully, and watching me stream some games. It is so much appreciated, so... thank you all a lot for that. It is not something that is... or should be taken for granted, so... thank you very much. You are all much appreciated. Have you noticed a drop in revenue from your OF since the UK anti-speech laws? Oh, I don't know anything about that, so can't help you out there. Luckily, all of these will be covered in plants and stuff, so you don't really have to worry about how the patches really look. As long as we just use some big patches to cover up the big areas, all the smaller ones can do the small areas, and then when the plants get over it, nobody sees this anymore. Yeah, let's use the smaller one in here. Hey, somehow I left some gaps here. That's not supposed to happen. Best of luck, Mats, with you and yours. Thank you. Gotta go. I'm off. Got some work in the garden. Okay, well, you have fun with that. Thanks so much for popping in, Mowgli. I think you, did you post a new picture of something you made on the Discord? I will have to check that. I did saw something pop up, but I did not have the time because I was making dinner at that time. But I will check, because you do make some amazing stuff. But you have a good one. Have fun in the garden. Hope the bread was nice and it worked out. And we'll see you soon, hopefully. Alright, let's rotate this a little bit. Ah, this is good. Covered up quite a few big areas, so that's nice. Let's lower this. Oh. That's the wrong button. Wow, the people talk a lot in my zoo. Let's just pause again for a little bit. Alright, let's just move this. Bye, Mowgli. We'll see you soon again. Thanks so much. Oh dear. I wish there was just easier ways to do this, but fortunately there's not really. But we almost filled in the place. Oh, now it's good. Okay. Guess if I zoom out too much, we get that. Nothing to worry about then. Trying to cover as much ground as we can now, because that's going the fastest. Then we can continue and put some stuff in here. Hopefully soon. Although, yeah, this is a bit too sharp corner, so I have to go Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened there? That wasn't supposed to happen like that. No. Don't snap onto that. So yeah, if you hold control, you can turn the snapping off and then that will go away. Or you can just turn the position snap rotation off. But normal, if you just hit control, that should keep the snapping away. Just rotate it. Go. Oh, so much work. Such a great game though. Gotta love this. Oh, this is actually a pretty big chunk. Thought that was smaller. Alright, there we are. It's now filled. Now it doesn't really look nice, but as soon as we put plants and trees and such on it, it will look nice. Does kind of look like I should slightly erase this so that we get rid of the... see, now if we zoom out, it's a little bit better. And then, of course, we're going to put in benches and bins in here as well, because we need those. So, what I'm actually thinking... if we place those first... actually going to place a few now. That'll give us some guidance on where to place all the other stuff. And we do need stuff like bins and such around. Not too close to the benches, because then... I know when I go to the zoo, I hate it when the... bins are too close to the benches, because then when somebody throws away food and all the bees and wasps and stuff go into the bin, they will also come to you if you sit there. So if you keep them a little bit away, you can counter that effect a bit. And now we have the benches in place, and now we can start to fill out this area. Probably look a bit similar to this one. We might even use the same foliage types so that you get a continuous idea of what we have in there. But that is going to be something for the next stream. It has been almost 2.5 hours, and I did have a lot of fun creating this. But as you know, it's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of focus. And I'm really tired after a full week of working on little one's room. So I think I'm going to call it a night for now. It's almost 10 p.m. here. And then after this, I will probably go to sleep early. So, I'll just skip ahead towards the little penguin habitat and unpause for a bit so we can all see that. And then I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. That will be much, much appreciated and a big help for the channel. I wish you all a very nice and great week. Hope you have a lot of fun. And stay happy, stay healthy. Take care. And then I would love to see you on at least Wednesday for a stream. But I might try to do a few extra streams as well this week. Going to really try my best to put in some extra stuff. And then I'd love to see you all very soon. So yeah, take care. And thanks so much for all the love and support I always get. It's really nice. So for now, bye-bye. Wave to the penguins. And I'll see you next time.